top speed of about 340 miles an hour, and it's a really nice aeroplane to fly, and you can do stall turns, fly nice and low, and it's reasonably quick as well.
Well, now the next item, just joining the runway now, is one of the most eagerly awaited for this year. It's a type which we just love to see, the Mikoyan MiG-29 Fulcrum. Yes, time was at the Air Tattoo when MiG-29s from various air forces were regular sights. Not so now. It's become an increasingly rare bird as the former Warsaw Pact Air Arms have largely transitioned to Western-built types. But the Polish Air Force soldiers on with this mighty Cold War warrior. Plenty of clouds of acrid-looking smoke being churned out by the two Klimov RD-33 turbofans throughout this display, which comes to us from the 1st Tactical Squadron of the Polish Air Force at Minsk Mazowiecki, and it's in the hands of Lieutenant Colonel Artur Kalko. At the controls today, during the Polish Air Force in 1994, and it was an their MiG-29 fleet in 3 batches. There was a dozen of new production aircraft in 1989 to 90. Then it received 10 more former Czech Air Force Fulcrums in part payment for Polish-built PZL Svitnik W3 helicopters in 1996, and then it took 22 aircraft from Germany's Luftwaffe in 2004. Entered service in 1984 in the fighter role. Today, the MiG-29 was deployed to one of Poland's sole remaining Soviet-era fixed-wing combat types, and the Fulcrum fleet has been slimmed down to, I believe, 32, which are in service with 2 tactical squadrons, the 1st at Minsk Mazowiecki and the 41st at Malbork in the north of Poland. It was the latter unit that received the former Luftwaffe MiG-29s. Strengthened landing gear and protected brakes on the air intakes, which allows operations of damage or prepared airfields with otherwise exposed called crossline fighters. And when the type first was seen in the west, it was visit to Finland in 1986 and then Farnborough in 1988, many onlookers were really amazed at the relative simplicity of the aircraft's design, but it was quite deliberate. Poland's 41st Tactical Both of Poland's MiG-29 units have been taking part in that over the years. Upgrade deal for 16 of the Polish Fulcrums, comprising 13 single-seaters, and a trio of two-seaters was signed with Poland's Military Aviation Depot number 2 last September. New avionics will be integrated into these aircraft and their service lives extended until around 2030. The Poles one of 27 operators on the type worldwide, and if you have the money and can get to Nizhny Novgorod in Russia, you can fly in one, so a 45-minute flight would cost you north of £10,000. I seem to recall this is his low approach. Look at that. Great display pilots in the past, particularly the Hungarian Air Force display pilot who won so many awards here in the 90s, and fantastic to see an example of the Mikoyan MiG-29 back in action at RIAT for the first time since the incredible displays of the MiG-29 MOVT with thrust vectoring 6 years ago. The aircraft we saw here, serial 111, is one of the original batch of new-built aircraft that were delivered to the Poles in 1989 to 90, and you might have noticed the special markings on this machine. Both of the Polish MiG-29s that are here commemorate Polish aces from the Second World War who both died 70 years ago this year, and this aircraft is dedicated to Miroslaw Feric. He's an ace who scored 8 2/3 confirmed kills. He flew PZL P-11C and Morin-Saunier MS-406 fighters before joining number 303 Squadron in the Royal Air Force on Hurricanes in 1940. On the 14th of February 1942, Feric was killed when his Spitfire broke up over RAF Northolt. And there's the breaking chute, the Mikoyan MiG-29 Fulcrum.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention as I have a security message for you. The organisers of the Royal International Air Tattoo have taken appropriate security measures to ensure your safety whilst at Fairford today. However, we need your assistance and would ask that you keep your personal belongings with you at all times.